shine, everyone. Welcome to your Tuesday. Jason and Alicia here with you. Pretty important Tuesday. It's primary day here across Minnesota.
Yeah, a lot of folks will be getting out, headed to the polls today. And John, they're going to have decent weather for it if they have to wait outside for any length of time.
Yes, I mean, it's great. I'll be just stick me out here all day long. I love it. It's the best weather I can imagine for August. And even when it's going to rain, it still doesn't look too bad. Speaking of that rain, we actually could use it. It's going to be 9 days since we've seen our last accumulations. 62 degrees out here right now. It is comfortable. Now the moisture's come up a little bit. You probably won't really notice it. Maybe it'll feel a couple of degrees warmer today than it did yesterday, but still pretty minute. It will, however, that little bit of moisture will give us a little better chance, of course, for that rain. Got to bring in some moisture before the rain comes in tomorrow. Low 50s out here, 56, 53 in St. Cloud, 54. Another great morning to open up the windows, save that money. We're not wasting all this energy. That's great news, too, this summer. 61 degrees here at 7, 69 at 9 o'clock. How about some 70s during your morning, and then we'll plateau in the low 80s. Perfect day. We'll track that rain in your forecast.
John, thank you. Let's give you a look at the map. All green still if you're traveling between Minneapolis and St. Paul, 8 minutes on 94. If you're coming from the Forest Lake region on 35W and 35E, just 12 minutes to 694. And here's a live look at Mounds View, Highway 10. If you're just about to get on 35W southbound, drive times are average there as well.
All right, here we go. As we mentioned off the top, it is primary election day here in Minnesota, and in less than 60 minutes, polls open across the metro.
That's right. And this year, the outcome of several races could have a really big impact on the national level. Our Michelle Beck is live at a polling site in Minneapolis right now. Michelle, these races all depend on how many people turn out to vote today.
Yeah, that's right, Jason, Alicia. A lot's picked up here in the last 15 minutes here by MLK Junior Park here in Minneapolis. We saw elections officials come in this parking lot. It's pretty much pretty packed right now. And so we spoke with some of them. We're hoping to get inside for the next time we see you. Well, in the next 60 minutes, like you mentioned, we're going to see the first voters of the day show up and start to cast their ballots, of course. And then in the next 4 hours, we're even going to see the Minnesota Secretary of State. He's going to be here to give us an update on all things election. Well, what makes today so new and notable is formerly incarcerated folks, they will be able to cast ballots. That's since voting rights were restored for them last year. And because of this, the Anoka County Election Director expects to see a lot of first-time voters today, but that's not going to make lines too long. The election director points to turnout the last 2 primary elections. There were around 20%.
You know, sometimes first-time voters do get intimidated by the process. They're not really sure what to expect. Maybe they're hesitant to go out. Don't be hesitant at all. If it's your first time, please come out. Election judges are well trained. That's what they're there for, is to help you through the process.
Yeah, important to remember that presidential candidates, they will not be on the ballot today. What you are going to find is on the front side, you'll find the partisan races, and on the back side, you'll find those nonpartisan races. So coming up in the next 30 minutes, I'll take a look at some of the numbers, break down the most up-to-date numbers on how voters are casting their ballots today, and I'll also give you a look, hopefully, inside the building here. Guys.
All right, Michelle Beck reporting live for us. Thank you. We'll check back in 30 minutes. Other big races to watch today in District 5. Former Minneapolis City Council member Don Samuels challenging 4th-term Democratic Congresswoman Ilhan Omar to a rematch. Omar beat Samuels 2 years ago by just 2 points.
The Republican battle for Minnesota's largest congressional district, District 7, could also garner quite a turnout in today's primary, just given how competitive it is. Newcomer Steve Boyd is challenging longtime incumbent Michelle Fischbach. He's a small business owner with no political experience, fueled by grassroots activists who say they prefer a change. And while Fischbach may have the edge in fundraising and name recognition, she couldn't secure the party's endorsement a few months ago. Political experts calling the race, quote, unexpected.
Stephen Boyd is being presented as someone who's outside the government system. He's outside politics as usual. He's going to go to Washington and shake things up.
Boyd answered our interview questions, and Fischbach sent a written statement, both of which you can read at KARE11.com. Whoever wins is heavily favored to secure the seat in November.
The key statewide race to watch is the GOP Senate race between Republican-endorsed candidate Royce White and Navy veteran Joe Frazier. Whoever wins will take on 3-term Senator Amy Klobuchar in November. And before heading to the polls this morning, you can check out our voter's guide on our website, KARE11.com. It walks you through how to vote, where to vote, and who's on the ballot. You can also text the word VOTE to the number on your screen. That's 763-797-7215, and we'll text you back a link.
10 now 6:06. This morning reaction is pouring in 10 hours after Elon Musk's unscripted interview with former President Trump, with more than 1 million viewers listening in. 45 minutes after tech issues delayed the start time, Trump discussed the attempt on his life last month, as well as crime, immigration, and foreign policy. The Harris campaign is responding, calling the interview unhinged and saying Trump's agenda is extreme and dangerous. The former president is now heading back to the campaign trail. He's expected to hold a rally Saturday in Pennsylvania. In the next few hours, the vice president's running mate, Governor Tim Walz, will hold his first solo event. It's part of a 3-day, 5-state dash to raise money for the campaign. So Walz will be in Los Angeles today before headlining a fundraiser in Newport Beach. He'll then move on to Denver and Boston tomorrow, and then Rhode Island and New York on Thursday.
We have new video in right now from a police situation from overnight in North Minneapolis. This was the scene near 394 and Penn Avenue just about 8 hours ago. The area is clear now. We have reached out to police once again about an hour ago to try to get some more information. And as soon as we hear anything, we'll update you right away.
We are tracking some developing news right now. In the last 10 hours, we've learned Minnesota State Trooper Ryan Londrigan could be back on the road very soon, months after being cleared in a deadly traffic stop. Audrey Russo is live in Golden Valley. And Audrey, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Jason, good morning. We started reaching out to the Minnesota State Patrol last night, and this morning we can confirm that Ryan Londrigan works at this building behind me. This is the West Metro Division of the Minnesota State Patrol. This comes after the charges against him of murder were dropped back in June. It all started with a traffic stop last summer in July of 2023. That is when Londrigan shot and killed Ricky Cobb II. Now, we're learning, and according to our previous reporting, that Londrigan's going to have to complete some kind of training before he can go back out on patrol. What exactly that training consists of is still a little bit unclear to us, but what exactly brought us to this point? There were a lot of twists and turns leading up to this moment over the course of the last year. Coming up in the next half hour, I'll break down some of those twists and turns, but for now, Jason and Alicia, I'll send things back to you.
All right, Audrey, thank you for that update. Well, this morning,